Have you ever stopped to think why you feel lost, even when you're surrounded by people? Ever wondered why your mind won't slow down, even with thousands of likes on your post? Maybe it's because you've never really met yourself. You're too busy trying to please, trying to fit in, trying to be accepted by everyone. But in the middle of all that effort, you forgot who you are. And when the crowd leaves, when the lights go off, you're the only one left, with a void that not even the noise of the world can fill. The problem: lack of identity. You became a reflection, an echo of the internet, a cheap copy of whatever's trending. You talk like them, dress like them, think like them. But when you're alone, you have no idea who you really are. You traded your essence for acceptance, your value for approval, your purpose for empty applause, and now you might impress others, but you don't even believe in yourself anymore. Want to know what's worse? That's exactly what the system wants. Men with no identity are easy to control, easy to distract, easy to keep weak. They want you to follow trends, to think like the crowd, because if you ever discover who you truly are, you become dangerous. Men with identity don't bow down. They build, they disturb, they lead. But you were trained to follow, to keep your head down, to smile and nod even when everything inside you screams no. You disconnected from your mission because you got too connected to the crowd. The cause: copycat culture. You weren't born empty, the world drained you. Since day one, you were taught to copy, not to think, not to question, just to repeat. School shaped you, the internet reinforced it, and now you live to look like, not to be. Every like is a dose of anesthesia. Every trend you follow pulls you further from yourself. The truth? You don't have your own opinions, just recycled shorts, borrowed beliefs, secondhand ideas. You dress how they tell you, talk how they expect you to, act how the algorithm suggests. And all of it looks like freedom, right? But it's just a digital prison, decorated with filters and viral songs. Meanwhile, your real self is locked away, trapped, begging to be found. But you keep imitating, because being authentic takes guts. And what men lack most today isn't beauty or talent. It's the courage to be different. The consequences: a life without purpose. So what happens to a man who doesn't know who he is? He becomes a shadow, a number, a statistic. He wakes up with no drive, works without passion, lives on autopilot, like a Wi-Fi connected zombie. He accepts anything, any job, any friendship, any relationship, even ones that slowly destroy him. Because a man without purpose clings to any distraction, hides behind excuses, and becomes an expert at postponing his own life. How many guys like that do you know? Men who had all the potential, but traded discipline for dopamine, traded dreams for Netflix, traded building something real for a few likes, and now they're tired, frustrated, full of potential, but empty inside. That's what happens when you lack identity. You live for others and die to yourself. The shift: the day you decide to be you. There comes a moment when the mirror becomes confrontation, and you have to face the reflection you've been avoiding for years. Who am I? What am I doing with my life? Where am I headed, if I'm headed anywhere? And then, in the silence of the night, with no applause, no likes, no one to impress, you realize no one's coming to save you. Not the influencer, not your crush, not the government, not even your mom. It's you, or no one. And that's when something powerful is born. The decision to be you. Not the version the world wants. Not the character you play to feel accepted. But the real you. With values, with vision, with your own voice. You start stepping out of the bubble. Rejecting what doesn't build you. Saying no to what everyone else says yes to. And every choice becomes a brick in the construction of your identity. It won't be easy. You'll lose followers. People will call you weird, different, too intense. But you'll gain something no one can give you. self-respect. And with that comes the beginning of real freedom. The call. Start building your identity today. You already know the problem. You've seen the consequences. Now, it's act or drown. No more waiting for a sign. You are the sign. Stop going with the flow. The world doesn't need another copy. It needs an original. And identity isn't something you find. It's something you build, day after day, with conscious choices, with discipline, with purpose. Switch to mission mode. Stop living as a spectator. Become the main character. Study more. Talk less. Train your body. Shape your mind. Run from distractions. Root yourself in principles. And most of all, stop living to impress people who don't even know where they're going. You were called for something greater, but that takes sacrifice, focus, long-term vision. While most live for applause, you'll build in silence. And when they ask where you've been all this time, you'll answer with results, with presence, with purpose, with identity. The invisible battle in the end. No one will truly know your battles. No one will see the sleepless nights. No one will hear the conversations you had with the mirror. But someone will feel the impact. The next generation, your future, your peace. Because men with identity don't just live for themselves. They live for purpose. And this world isn't in crisis for tech or money. It's starving for men with identity. Men who don't bend for likes, who don't sell their soul for validation, who don't change with every trend. If you want to be that man, your journey starts now. Shut out the noise. Get your focus back. Start building again. While the world distracts, you will awaken. And it doesn't matter what they say. Doesn't matter who laughs. You were born to be a root, not a leaf blowing in the wind. Now, get up, look in the mirror, and start building the man the world needs to meet. Because at the end of the day, either you define yourself or the world will do it for you. The choice is yours. If this hit you, don't keep it to yourself. If this woke something up in you, don't keep it inside. There's a brother out there getting lost. Send him this. Save a life with one click. Like, comment, subscribe. This isn't entertainment. It's war against distraction. Here, every week, you'll get a new video to remind you of who you are, to pull you up when the world tries to drag you down. Now share it. Spread the message. We're in this together, and the mission has only just begun.